lantern bearers. Drawn together by the sustaining vision of a daughter of Ireland, and by matters of the heart we minister. Formed and informed by her journey, we have sistered each other across the years. With lantern in hand, in too many places for the telling, we continue in word and deed to scatter the darkness, to welcome the stranger, to dream with peacemakers, to dance with prophets, and to celebrate the hospitality of God. We are the Sisters of the Presentation of Dubuque, Iowa.
When one looks at our presentation story, lived over a period of time, various motifs emerge, recurring throughout our history. Hospitality, journey, and transformation are themes central to our Dubuque presentation life. Each of these have invited us to welcome new ways of seeing mission through collaboration with others. From our earliest days, we as a congregation have experienced many gifts of hospitality, both given and received. In 1870, hospitality of heart was evident in the Ireland presentation community, who graciously welcomed Bishop John Hennessy to their convent. He, in turn, extended an invitation to the sisters to come to Dubuque and teach the children of Irish immigrants. On November 13, 1874, Mother Vincent Hennessy and her missionary companions packed their bags and courageously carried Nano's lantern across the Atlantic and sojourned halfway across the country as they traveled by ship from Mooncoin, Ireland to New York, and by train from New York to Dubuque, Iowa, to establish the Dubuque presentation community. Upon their arrival, with no housing available, our founding mothers were graciously welcomed by the Sisters of the Visitation, who were relatively new to Dubuque themselves. Over 140 years later, the Visitation Sisters are now our next-door neighbors as we continue to share friendship, resources, and hospitality. Hospitality begins within each of us and calls us to the margins. We welcome new people, new lands, new cultures, and new experiences with unwavering determination to transform unjust systems and empower those most in need. It is who we are as Sisters of the Presentation. Throughout our history, we have taken many steps to share the gift of hospitality with others, expanding the circle of light from the lantern. In 2002, we established the Presentation Lantern Center, a drop-in center that welcomes individuals from across the street and from across the globe. In 2013, we initiated La Luz Hispana in an effort to promote cultural awareness and diversity with hospitality and supportive services for all in Hampton, Iowa. Our communal call to radical hospitality challenges us to reach out with an intentional invitation to welcome. We view our world and our mission through the lens of hospitality. Moving beyond was visible in schools and mother houses alike, and eventually altered our way of mission and ministry. From leaving Ireland to heeding the call of the Church and of Vatican II, Presentation Sisters responded to the invitation to expand mission beyond the comfortable and familiar to ministries beyond the traditional classroom. The missionary response to meet the needs of the times resulted in ministries stretching across the United States, with sisters going as far east as Washington, D.C., as far west as South Dakota, as far north as Minnesota, and as far south as Florida. The call to serve in other countries resulted in a sponsored mission in southern Bolivia, established 50 years ago. Invitations to minister in Guatemala in Central America and Tanzania in East Africa fulfilled Nano's dream of gladly serving in any part of the world. prayer, discernment, and shared wisdom have guided all decisions the community has faced over the years. With each moving of place, a letting go and a moving on was required in the space of each sister's heart. Our moving beyond with the lantern light helped to prepare us for the conversion of which transformation is born. Transformation followed upon the heels of each move. Ever evolving, the sisters widened the circles of their hearts and minds, offering the openness and flexibility required in this missionary life. Greater partnership and mutual collaboration formed with persons beyond the congregation. We opened to the new willingness to use our imagination, our energy, and our curiosity as we delve deeper into opportunities to collaborate and grow in new directions. As a result, bonding in global collaboration and commitment to a vision of justice took place among the global presentation community. In 1999, presentations worldwide petitions for NGO status at the United Nations to further peace and justice on all continents. In the fall of 1998, the community began inviting men and women into the partnership to form the Presentation Associate Partnership. Although this partnership has evolved and changed over the years, it is rooted in our common commitment to the mission of radical hospitality. Lay staff tending the home fires expanded the mission and our hearts. Benefactors, as partners in the mission, fueled the fire, allowing the light of Nano to reach farther into the world. Our collaborative efforts extended to include neighbors, friends, family, other religious communities, all interconnecting with a mutual call to work together for the greater good. In these partnerships, the hospitality of Dubuque Presentation Sisters reaches to various ministries of political advocacy, homelessness prevention, affordable housing, education, Hispanic ministry, administration, healthcare, migrant support, justice promotion, community prayer and service, pastoral care, missionary work. Collaborating with others provides an opportunity to do more together, making a stronger impact on a much broader scale. These partnerships continue to change the world, assuring that our presentation mission lives on. There are no boundaries to the transformation opportunities that ignite when we work in union. The history of a community is everyone's story. It is collective. As we profess, where one of us is, all of us are. We share sacred ground in our common story. Our heritage of hospitality has illumined the way as we move forward and are transformed on the journey. Reflecting on our pilgrim past, we know that it involves more than moving suitcases and belongings.
We have moved and have been transformed in so many ways.
We have moved from living in material poverty to channeling our resources to alleviate it.
We have moved from earning salvation to celebrating God's unconditional grace.
We have moved from a ministry of education to serving the gospel as needs call.
We have been transformed and moved and are being transformed.
We are moving from comfortable hospitality to radical hospitality that embraces all of creation.
We are transforming our obedience into dialogue and communication.
We are moving from limited connections to a network of partnerships.
We are transforming our veiled violence to nonviolent minds, hearts, speech, and action.
We have learned that moving and being transformed is easier with practice and with limited baggage.
And we have learned that we are transformed and move best with the help of each other.
Together, we are still changing and transforming. Together, God calls us one pace beyond.
The path into the future is unclear, yet we boldly go there together.